Michelle. And so now I'm happy to introduce our Vice President of Student Services, Laura. She's going to say a few words. And like I was saying before, just really important that our executive team is still connecting with our students, and they're always willing. So we're really lucky in that regard. So I'll just turn it over to Laura, and she can say a few words.
Thanks, Susan. It's really great to be here. I'm the other Laura on what I consider a really great team in student services. So thank you so far, Susan and Michelle and Laura, and welcome to my little work area in my house. Clearly not as good as the other Laura's. I'm taking notes of these power of plants, and definitely need to find online the hairdressing, the tips for hairdressing. But I'm really happy to have the opportunity today to work virtually. Welcome you to our spring term. Earlier today, and I'm sorry, it's the second one of these that I've been on today. So if you've heard me on the earlier financial aid, much of my welcome's the same. But I did want to really make sure I told you that earlier today I was on a Zoom conference call with our deans, our directors, the vice presidents, and the president of the college. And we were just really thinking about how much we miss the energy of the campus, especially on a day like today when all our students are coming back. And there's no doubt that you miss it too. And I know that I speak for that group when I say that we'd like to thank you for choosing Algonquin College. We know there's a lot of choices out there, and we just want to say thank you for choosing us. And I really don't think you will regret that choice, with the opportunities and all the caring that we'll provide you along the way with your education. Um, and on that note too, although this semester looks very different, it's a big departure that we, and no doubt you, had thought about when you were planning to come here many months ago. But I'm really pleased that you're taking the right steps and participating in things like this today. And the data does show us that students who attend orientation, who stay connected in these ways and stay socially connected to your college as you go through your studies, have a much greater chance of success. So I just want to congratulate you that you've made the right choice today, and I hope you continue to do so, because we have a lot to offer. And as you can see from just some of the things that have been mentioned so far, and no doubt there's more. And so now on to what comes next. You have a panel of some folks here who will continue to give you some information and answer any questions you may have. And I really do encourage you, not only today, but through, especially the first few weeks of your experience, please don't hesitate to ask questions, to connect with us, and up to that reputation. So again, I just want to say I really look forward to connecting with you in this way, and ideally in person sometime in the future. But I want to welcome you again. Have a great rest of your day, and I really wish you all the best for your success in your studies here at Algonquin. Thank you.
Thank you. Well said, Laura. Have a good day. We'll see you. Okay, I'm going to move along. So Martha is online with us, and Martha is the manager of Aspire AC. I'll pass it over to you, Martha, and you can talk about that programming.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm very happy to be here with you today and welcome you to Algonquin. If you've gone to any of the other seminars and even this webinar, you've had a lot of information given to you. So I'm just going to keep it really short and sweet in saying that if you take one thing away from what you've learned today, is if there is something challenging you and getting in the way of your success at Algonquin College, there is also likely a support or a service that can help you with that. So please reach out and ask. So I'm going to talk to you about a program called Aspire AC. Aspire AC is a program for students who identify in one of 14 diversity groups. You can see in this slide here what those diversity groups are. And if you're a person who identifies as one or more of these, Aspire AC may be a support that could really help you. If you could go to the next slide. The program is set up to help students from those diversity groups who may face additional barriers to gaining a post-secondary credential to access post-secondary access Algonquin College. Be ready, so transition, be ready, like things like today, help you be ready to succeed. And then we have supports that help you stay, graduate, and be successful in your chosen career. Next slide. So access, been there, done that. You're ready, you're here today, which is an excellent first step. Next slide. We have partnerships in the community. Right now we have 34 partnerships with groups in the community who also support diversity groups to achieve their educational goals. So if you are somebody who has engaged with a support in the community, chances are we're connected with those people that support you, so we know what you've been through. Next slide. Transition, things like today. If you attended any of the other webinars, you know about prior learning. You know about the Student Navigator program. If you find yourself in your program and you think, this is not for me, I don't think this is what I thought it was, there's Career Clarity at Algonquin College that can help you sort of gain clarity on your career and match it to your strengths and your skills and your abilities and your interests. Next slide. And while you're at Algonquin College, so starting from today, we have supports for you. We have sponsored peer tutoring. So if you're one of our students at Aspire, we will pay for any peer tutoring that you might need to succeed. We have a mentor who can meet with you one-on-one and just get to the bottom of anything that's getting in your way and see if he can match you up to a support or service. We have a laptop loan program. Students in the Second Career Program with Ontario often are the students who take advantage of that program because their funding for their technology aids comes after they start school. So we often can loan laptops, as can the library. Networking events, so you heard about AC Always Connected with the AC Hub. We will push those out to you on social media and on LinkedIn to our partners. And we have a very unique program. It's called Job Coaching. It's pretty intense. You sign up for 15 weeks of one-on-one, 1 hour a week with a job coach who goes through a workplace literacy curriculum with you. And if you finish all of the modules in that program with your job coach, you can retroactively apply for a Gen Ed credit. Our job coaches have 100% success because they stay with you. They stay with you until you are employed in your chosen field and that you're successfully integrated into your employment. Next slide. And this is us. This is where you can reach us. So anything we can do, we will. Please register with us.
Awesome. Thank you, Martha.
Welcome.
Okay, so our last panelist is Pat from the Students Association, and I will turn it over to Pat.
Thank you. Yeah, so I don't even know how to start. Laura, I can just hear plants in the background. It's so nice. I feel like I have like a closet behind me. Like it was such a nice way to start. Yeah, so your Students Association is a not-profit organization or a not-for-profit organization that's within Algonquin College, but we're not part of the college. We do manage a lot of student experience activities on campus. I'm the senior manager of student life. So I'm just going to go through a few slides. And really, student life is weaved through everything the Student Association does. So these are pretty generic slides about all of the different services and facilities we own and operate. But I'll talk on how student life impacts them as we go through. So who we are. Oh, you didn't have to change that. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So Emily Ferguson is our student president and Robbie Richter is our student vice president. They run a board of directors, which is 9 full-time students total, and they're assisted by full-time staff across all 3 campuses. We do have a director if we have anyone joining us on our Perth and Pembroke campus, and then the other 7 directors are on our Ottawa campus. So you can change the slide now. So athletics is a great way to be involved in student life, whether you choose to be a varsity athlete or join our fitness zone. They offer a ton of different programming. I know Michelle touched on some summer programming that the college is doing fitness-wise. Varsity sports, we have men's and women's soccer, basketball, rugby, and and volleyball. We also have an impact zone where we teach boxing lessons and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. And we're building a brand new athletics and recreation center right now. So when we do return to campus, the building will actually be, I went to campus yesterday actually, and the steel structure of the building is up. So it's really beautiful. And it's going to be something very exciting for student life moving forward in Algonquin. Next slide. Services. The biggest really student life service that we provide is either the health and dental plan. Everyone needs health and dental coverage. I really touch on that in all the webinars we're in because it does affect all students. And then the food cupboard, which is a great way. If you're in need of food right now, especially, you can reach out to our food cupboard coordinator, Jessica Clark. You can fill out a form on our website, algonquinsa.com/food cupboard, if you are in need and support of food right now. We also provide grad funding, which is an activity. So if a student decides to plan a graduation party for them and their classmates, we provide funding for that. This is really what it comes down to for me and for my department. I work very closely with Susan, Michelle, Laura, really everyone that's on this call to really try to plan and build a strong student life program across all 3 campuses at Algonquin. So the Students Association right now is really adapting the same way as the college is to move everything online. So tonight we're hosting Dirty Bingo. That's going to be a monthly event that we're hosting moving forward online. It's normally a monthly on-campus event that we host, but we're going to be doing it online and meet other students online through still programming. Clubs and communities is another great way to get involved on campus. There are a few clubs that are going to start launching virtual. We even had a student reach out to me today to do a virtual baking club, and they're willing to teach people how to bake from their kitchen, which is pretty exciting. Our Wellness and Equity Center is offering programming as well right now. A lot of drop-in times on Quinn, and that the role of the class rep is to provide academic feedback to our board of directors. As our board of directors, obviously, there's only 9 of them, sorry. And this is our last slide. This just lists the venues that we operate where we're normally running student life activities out of. So we have the observatory, which is a great place. It's our lounge on campus. It holds about 300 students. It's a great place to grab lunch, hang out, study, grab a drink if you'd like. Starbucks, obviously everyone loves to go to grab a coffee.
Thank you. So I'm going to open it up to the Q&A now. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so we can see everybody. And now's the time. I see there was a lot of chat going on, so that's great. I'm going to open up the Q&A. So any newer trainers, if you have any questions about the events that are taking place or the services that Martha was referring to, now is the time to ask, and don't be shy. As we've all said, these services and these events, for the most part, are completely free for you. So you really, really want to take advantage. And we know that the first couple of weeks, certainly, it's a lot of information coming at you, and you want to get settled with your classes and get involved and get ready for that. But certainly, once you do feel comfortable, you really do want to expand a little bit and see what the college has to offer you. And these events or clubs or programming are ways that you can do that. And it's free. And we keep saying as well, normally you'd have to put some pants on and go somewhere and, get a seat up front. And with all of our events being online now, you can opt to put some pants on and come on by and just go to your computer screen or your telephone and log in. If you aren't wearing pants, don't show us that. But it's really, really convenient. Okay, so we have our first question. Oh, and I recognize the students, so thank you for joining in to More Than Webinar. So they were saying, they're talking about visa. Okay, Mahak, I'm gonna connect with you after. We don't have anyone on this call that can help you with that, but I'll make sure to give you an email address. Or Michelle, if you want to post for Mahak, he's just looking to get some more information about the International Education Center because he needs to get his visa sorted. So Mahak, I'll ask Michelle, she'll post the website there.
Maybe I'll just make special mention of our Mamodosawin Center. So we welcome all of our Indigenous students to Algonquin College. The name of our college informs us that we do have to pay special attention to students to come and witness what goes on in that center and become part of that community. So yeah, and you can find their website through Student Support Services as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Martha. And then I'll just take the opportunity as well then. So one of the parts of my job, as Michelle was talking about, we're moving all of our programming online and really trying to capture what students and staff need during this time. And we work closely with Pat and the Students Association. But we're really trying to reach out and make sure that we're staying connected with the community and staying connected with our staff and our students. And that's really what it's all about. And, we're trying to support our local businesses in this time of need. And think about, what would we want? So Michelle profiled, we have a cooking demo coming up. I'm thinking that a lot of people are in the same boat, just like tired of cooking, tired of doing dishes. And so it's a nice change of pace, right? You can log in and she's going to do a live cooking demo from the Fratelli kitchen. And it's something different to try. And then same, it's springtime and a lot of people will start to plant some gardens or, maybe you're like me and any plant that you bring into your house does not make it. And so the botanical plant demo, we'll talk a little bit about how to keep those plants alive. So I'm definitely going to turn into that one. It is really important just to stay engaged. It shouldn't be a secondary thought. So make sure that you go to the SA's website and to the Student Services Events website, because all those events are offered for you. And again, they're all free. Okay, so we don't have any more questions. I will hope that you guys had a good AC Day 1, our very first virtual AC Day 1. And make sure that you reference the guide that you got in your AC Day 1 email when you registered. There's a ton of resources in there. And again, remember to go to the college's main page and check out the coronavirus FAQ because there's a ton of information that is very relevant to you there as well. And of course, as always, all of these webinars today are going to be posted on our orientation page. So you can check those out if you happen to miss any of them and you want to get some more information. But certainly all of our services are available online and you just need to reach out. We got one question, so I'm just going to see what it says here. Will there be additional webinars for those starting in July? Audrey, I want to know what program you're taking that's starting in July. I would say just to make sure, so there's going to be programming all throughout the summer, throughout the EAP. Okay, awesome, yeah. So for sure, just make sure that you're going onto those websites and that programming is open to you. If you do have questions more about admissions or your specific program, you can certainly reach out to your professor, your program coordinator as well. But yeah, continue to check back to those websites and we'll have services available for you and programming all throughout the summer, especially in July. Thank you for the question. Okay, so with that, I'll say thank you so much. We have one more webinar coming up today at 5:30, so make sure to tune into that one if you would like. And I hope that you have a really great semester. Okay, thank you, everyone.